Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day and welcome to episode 15 of All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast. Diz, how are you?
Not bad, mate.
Can you get that beer open or not quite?
Oh, jeez, it was a bit of a struggle.
Dizzy tried really hard to get the sound effects then,
mate.
but he couldn't quite get it
These
out.
beers were sitting in your fridge for 5 years, they'd probably be alright.
Maybe if you came over and had a beer with me more often, they wouldn't sit there for so long.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad. What about yourself?
Yes, not too bad. Looking forward to a good episode today. We've got a big guest, haven't we?
Yep, who we got, Diz?
Tim from Balgowan Fishing Charters. He's going to come on and have a chat with us. Fantastic operator, mate. They do exceptionally well on the King George and other species. At the minute, mainly on the King George, though.
Yeah, be good to get some insight in there. We might even get you on the fish if we're lucky.
Yeah, jeez. That's about the only chance of us getting on the fishes with the charter.
All right, mate, what's your orange and lemon?
Well, my orange, I'm going to start with an orange this week, is absolutely the fact that we're getting the boat wet this weekend. That's going to be an absolute treat for us. It's been a while, and I'm looking forward to getting it wet and hopefully getting on the whiting, but that's subject to my car actually getting us there and back.
Yeah, you've had that repaired after last week's lemon.
Yes, new gearbox. That was a big, big lemon. But my lemon this week is that we had to go into the freezer to look at our stocks for the weekend or the day or so's fishing, and mate, hardly any cockles.
It's not good, is it?
Disgraceful. It's a very bad situation to be in, and we cannot wait for the 31st of October to open up the pippy season again.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like some home collected cockles, save a few dollars.
Absolutely.
Good little activity.
Absolutely, mate. All right, your orange and lemon?
All right, my orange has got to be the sun coming out, a little hint of summer, get us excited for the time to come.
Oh, yeah. The weather was a treat today, wasn't it?
Yeah, last weekend was good. We've been having some good weather, and that just gets me excited for the tuna season. Getting away, plenty of fishing.
You just start casting your mind forward to some better times, don't you?
I thought you were going to say you just start casting your rod in the backyard to practice.
Well, there's a bit of that.
I've seen you do that before too.
And your lemon?
Now look, we're sort of getting semi-serious about buying this new boat.
Ooh.
But the logistics, there's a lot to think about, isn't there?
There is a lot.
It's just the amount of things you have to consider.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider, and certainly one of those is the significant renovations we're going to have to do to your house to get the thing undercover.
I never knew the height of a boat would be such an issue.
Yes. Our tinny just slides in anywhere nicely.
There's going to be some modifications to the roller door, potentially lower the floor of the carport.
Have you run this past Lucy, or is she fully on board?
She's semi on board at the moment. There is also the option of a smaller boat, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, good orange and lemons, mate. What is happening on the merch front?
Yeah.
Those caps are flying off the rack.
Well, you've got one on right now, mate. I'm not sure it's left your head.
It hasn't. It's basically been glued down, and that's, number one, to keep the top lid happy. In your case, it'd be keep the sun off the top lid.
Yeah,
you've
good
got
gag.
a horrible receding hairline. But, Rhodey, tell the listeners, it's 25 for one.
Yep.
What's the deal, though?
2 for 50, and we'll throw in a stubby holder with the 2.
That's the one you've got to get onto, isn't it?
Yeah, the stubby holders are good.
Yeah, they are. The stubby holders are great.
So they are going well, so make sure you get in on them. They are selling out reasonably quickly. Steady flow.
Yeah, that's only going to heat up as summer comes.
Yeah, then we're still plenty left, but they are starting to warm up.
Yeah, you got to get in quick. All right, Rhodey, you've been burying your head in the books again, mate, but it's not a massive amount in the news this week, is there?
There's a bit there.
Have you got an update on the seaweed stuff we talked about last week?
I gave you one job on these fishing news, and that was talk to me about the Hardwick Bay seaweed, and you've given me donuts.
That was huge news last week. One of the top stories we've had on All the Gear But No Idea, and we're going to revisit that.
All right, mate. What do you got for us first?
Well, the brim closure, mate.
Yeah.
When's that effective from? 1st September, 30 November.
Whereabouts?
That is for fishing for brim. It's not permitted upstream of the main South Road Bridge. All right?
Keep that in mind, guys.
Absolutely keep them in mind. Don't do it. They'll be patrolling that area. You don't want to wind up on Facebook because we'll talk about you if in the news. Rhodey, the Elliston Salmon Comp winner has been announced. Who was it and what was the fish?
Yeah, so that has been won by Brad Davey. He took home a $1,500 prize. That ain't bad.
Not bad. And tell you what also isn't bad is 4.963 kilogram salmon.
That's a big fish.
It is. You've really gone down to the point.
Yeah, do you know why I did that,
decimal
mate?
points.
Because look at the second place. Daisy Dawson took home $500. 4.957.
He has been pipped at the post there.
So I'm going to say there's not much between 4.963 and 4.957.
No, there's not. In fact, there's 0.006 of a kilogram.
So that's why I had to go to the third decimal place.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed that they do that. That's a sign of a well-run salmon comp. So this 2 decimal place rubbish.
All right, so the winning fish was caught at Loxwell, is that correct?
Yes, Loxwell, and second place, Daisy Dawson. As we said, the 4.957, that was at Talia.
Do we know where Talia is?
Tell the listeners.
I don't know.
Well done to you, Daisy, anyway. It's a good fish.
I'm not familiar.
All right, Rhodey, we're just going to whip through these next couple of ones. We have no word on the Marfac restructure as yet, but we will be the first to know.
Yes, I've reached out today and have heard that there will be an announcement in the next couple of weeks. I couldn't get any more than that.
Yeah, and basically part of that Marfac restructure and everything that's going on there, we're also going to be first to know about the RFL.
Yeah, I think that falls in the same boat. I think the Basham replacing Whetstone, the Marfac restructure has taken a bit of a toll on the rec licence, might have taken a bit of a back seat.
Yes.
But hopefully we get an answer to that soon as well.
Yes, and we have some big news here. Great friend of the show, excellent fisherwoman, Lee Van Soest. What's she doing, Rhodey?
Yeah, we shared this on our Facebook, I think, last week. She has her kids' fishing clinics, which she did mention during the, I think it was episode maybe 13.
No, it was episode 12. And episode 13 was Anita.
Okay, testing the memory. But anyway, around 12 or 13.
Yes.
So the committee is up and running. They're looking for sponsors. They have a few locked in.
Yes.
What they want to purchase with this money they are hoping to raise is a trailer.
Yep.
To carry all the materials around the state.
Yep.
So I'll need to Lee obviously didn't like my offer of using Dizzy's trailer. They want a fish simulator. Yes. So when there's little junior Dizzy Gillespies running around not catching any fish, they can chuck them in the simulator. They might have to have an age restriction so you don't hog that one. They need a generator to run the fishing simulator. And they need a barbecue to keep old Dizzy well fed.
Should we send them down to King's 4x4?
I was just thinking that, the Jungle Puma.
Send them down and pick up a Jungle Puma. They have a really good warranty system on those.
Yeah, they do.
Those kids' clinics are going to be free and they're run during the school holidays. That's a great time to run them, obviously. But getting kids into fishing, it's the grassroots stuff that counts, isn't it, mate?
It is. So there is also a GoFundMe page that's been set up, and we have shared that on our Facebook page.
Yeah. So
So make sure you jump on that and chip in a couple of bucks to get the kids fishing.
absolutely. All right, Rhodey, October 18 is a big day in the calendar. It's Gone Fishing Day.
Yes, it is. It's also my sister's birthday, so I might have to cancel that and tell her the fishing day's on. She'll understand.
She'll understand. Yeah, good. She'll definitely understand.
So anyway,
event.
that is a national day.
Yes.
And as some of the countries battling COVID, more so than we are,
Yes.
the whole day's gone virtual.
unbelievable, really, that they've managed to get that up off the ground. They're going to get an app running. There'll be prizes drawn every 5 minutes.
Yep, so they're encouraging fishers to upload photos and videos of their favourite location, captures and stories of memorable fishing moments. Yep. From there, the prize will be drawn. So jump on gonefishingday.com.au, follow them on Facebook or Instagram, and there will be an app available for download from mid-September.
Yeah, get on it. There's another date, Rhodey. I'm going to throw it at you, November 8. What is happening? This is big for South Australia.
So we have the Onka Stomper Fishing Competition, number 15, I believe.
Yeah, it is a big event. It's fantastic. It's run from 7 a.m. in the morning. It'll wrap up around midday, and then there'll be presentations and a great get-together after the woods. It's down there on Perry's Bend, isn't it, Rhodey?
Yep. Entry fee is a donation to childhood cancer. Generosity encouraged for this great cause.
That's what we love about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a good fun day out, but also doing a bit for the community.
A real good community spirit. And there's plenty of prizes up for grabs. There's obviously different categories, as there usually are with these sort of competitions, but it's basically going to be Brim, Mulloway. There'll be a kids, there'll be a men's, and there'll be a women's. So we look forward to seeing what's happening, and I think we should try and get the winner on.
That's a good idea, yeah. I think we should get the organisers on before.
Yes. Yep.
And maybe the winner on afterwards.
So that's a shout out. If you want to get involved and spruik the competition, you're welcome. Otherwise, we'll hunt you down.
And if you want to get your little 5 minutes of fame on all the gear but no idea, there's your ticket.
That is your ticket.
Win the Onka Stomper and you're in.
Yeah, exactly. Get down there. Snag yourself a big brim.
We've had Stu Ferenczi and Boyd for winning tuna comps.
Yeah.
This is your next chance.
Jeez. They'll be rubbing their hands together for tuna season, those two boys.
Oh, they will. So will we, mate. Don't worry about that. The new boat will be in amongst them.
We will be. All right, the Kingy Comp, Brody. The Adelaide Game Fishing Club, they run it. But tell us about it, Brody.
Yep, so they've announced the major prize is a Shimano Twin Power Reel, a 14,000 size. Recommended retail, $750 to $800, so it's not a bad price.
That is nothing to be smirked at.
Club sponsor How's Your Tackle and Let's Go Fishing, the kind gentleman Boyd down there, has kindly agreed to be major sponsor of the tournament, donating $500 in bait, tackle and prizes. So shout out to the good folk down there.
They just know what to do, don't they, those guys down there?
They do, mate.
They're good operators.
They are.
Exceptionally good operators.
I'm going to send you down there tomorrow to get some of those nitro bloodworms.
Yeah, I'm hoping they've still got some in there.
Just in case the cockles don't do the magic.
Yeah, I know. Well, Dan was telling us to send them into a feeding frenzy, mate, and that's what we need.
Exactly what
All right, back to the Kingy Comp. Registration, $25 if you remember, $35 to non-members, and it's open for all ages. Everyone.
All of October. Longest fish wins, fork length only. Measuring mats are available through the club.
Yeah, get on to them. And there's another comp. This rounds out the third comp we're going to talk about, and that's the SA Kayak Callip Comp. When is it, Rhodey?
So October 23 to 25 at the Morgan Caravan Park.
This is a bit more pricey, this one.
$80.
What's this include? A couple of nights accommodation or something? Or?
Look, it might because it's based at the Morgan Caravan Park, so potentially it does. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, get amongst it.
Details are on the Lower River Murray Lure Fishing Club page.
No doubt Pez is registered.
He does rate himself on the callip.
Does he have a kayak? Is he going to? Well, I don't know.
I don't think he's got a kayak.
He had a blow-up one which Fraser humbly stuck a knife through.
That was the Humble Sea Cobra. Me and Pez did a bit of damage in the squid off Brighton on that one, Dave.
All right, okay, we've got a feel-good story coming up here too. Two blokes rescued, found at Salt Creek. A massive effort. Huge search effort. In fact, the biggest in the state's history.
Was it?
Yes.
Reputable source, you heard that from?
Yes.
Okay.
ABC News.
All right, they covered 120,000 square kilometres with help from the Australian Maritime Safety Authority, the Royal Australian Air Force, and the Kangaroo Island and Volunteer Marine Rescue, as well as the police.
Oh, unbelievably good stuff that they were found.
So
this is a wooden boat going from Coffin Bay to Goolwa for some repairs.
I think they were blokes from Goolwa bought the boat from Coffin Bay, I believe, and were taking it back to Goolwa for renos. Was that correct?
We should have tried to get one of them on. You've really let us down here.
Mate, they only got found 15 minutes ago. They're still warming up. They've been out in the cold for a week.
But their trouble started on Friday when they had some propeller problems. Conditions got worse from there and things just spiraled out of control for them. In fact, it was a bad omen when one of them fell off the platform at Coffin Bay and drowned his phone, so he couldn't call anyone for the rest of the trip. We shouldn't laugh about it because it could have potentially been really bad.
And they were only found when they stumbled into phone reception off Salt Creek somewhere.
Yes.
So do we know whether they had a radio and EPIRB, things like that?
Don't know.
They must have had a radio, actually, because didn't they radio in to say the propeller was stuffed?
Possibly.
Anyway, there were some issues there. We don't know the full details, but that will hopefully come out. We'll hear the full story.
Yes. Great news story, that one. All right, a little bit to touch on with the O'Sullivan's Beach ramp. Nobody's happy with the state of that. Mate, it's just it's not good for the community.
You get plenty of folk in the pharmacy having a whinge, do you?
Yeah, we see them take, they go down there for their fun, mate. They try and go down there for the weekend and it's not good enough.
All right, so what are we doing about it then, mate?
Member for Rennell, Katrine Hildyard, she is campaigning very strongly and she's doing her absolute best to get some funding so they can improve the facilities. At this stage, it's, a few other things going on up top in that Liberal Party, obviously. So
there's a bit happening in there.
Yeah, there is. Anyway, one last thing on the news, Rhodey. There's been some shark activity. Balgowan fishing charters. We're going to have a chat with him later. That was quite recent, late in August. But one from New South Wales took a bite.
Oh.
Took a bite out of the bloke's boat. He was not happy.
You wouldn't be, would you? Good story, though.
You wouldn't be. He was approaching some sharks feeding on a whale.
Yeah.
And the big great white just said, not today, big man.
You'd want to get the camera out pretty quick, get a bit of footage, get your 5 minutes of fame, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. He did get a bit of footage, I reckon.
That always happens this time of year, though. The weather warms up, the sharks come out to play, and it's a big news story.
There's been
Did you see there was a
death at Greenmount?
Gold Coast?
Yeah, not good to see. But you are right. They follow the whales really, don't they?
They do.
Okay, Rhodey, as always, mate, thanks for burying your big noggin in the books.
It was nice. You actually found a bit of news this week, which is a pleasant change for me.
All right, that wraps up the fishing news. We have got a big guest for you.
We do. Dears, tell us.
Welcome to the show, Tim Golding. Thank you very much for joining us from Balgowan Fishing Charters, a fantastic operator, and we're glad to have you on. How are you going tonight, Tim?
Yeah, really well, mate. Really well, Diz.
Fantastic. That's brilliant, mate. Let's get stuck straight into the 5 questions, Rhodey. You fire away with the first one because I'm really keen to hear about Tim's fishing adventures.
All right, Tim, tell us about your best fish, mate. What do you got for us?
Oh, look, I'd love to say my best fish was probably caught off Balgowan, but I have to say, last year I spent a bit of time at my mate's shack up at Dundee Beach at Darwin.
Yep.
And we were fishing up there and we were catching Spanish Max. And it was just fantastic, we were getting them up to nearly 20 kilos.
Oh, wow.
And, I just can't believe how many sharks are up there. It's freaking crazy, So, I ended up getting this one stomper on the boat where everyone else were just getting smashed by these sharks everywhere.
Yeah.
I have to say that that's big Spanish I got on board that day has to be one of the best fish I've ever caught. Probably the most exciting.
Pretty action-packed fishing by the sounds, Tim.
It is real action-packed up there, so it's different. I think it's because I'd never really been up the NT fishing, and it was something different.
Yeah.
That's probably why it sticks out in my mind more.
Yeah.
The big Spanish Mac last year would have to be one of my favourites of all time.
Fantastic. And Tim, tell the listeners out there, what's your favourite thing about getting out on the boat fishing?
Oh, look, my favourite thing these days is the hunt, It's about going out and hunting the fish down, Some people might think I'm crazy when I say that I hate going out there and smashing them on the first drop.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do after that?
Yeah.
You want to... it's a good day when you can get out there and you got to hunt and you're looking for new spots and you're trying to find the fish and the banter starts and everyone, whether it's your mates or the clients, they're giving you a hard time. You're useless, you're shit, yeah. And then you finally just get them on the fish and then everyone's pumped,
And then you start giving them shit back, Tim.
That's exactly right. So I've never had a problem. I don't know what you're worried about. So, I really enjoy the hunt and finding new spots is something I really enjoy doing. It's Spencer Golf's a big area.
Yeah.
So plenty of area out there we haven't found yet. So one of my favourite things is it's just the hunt.
And it certainly makes it all the more rewarding when you've had to work real hard for them, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, the last couple of weeks I've been out fishing in my own boat a couple of times and I've belted them first drop. And it's like, I'm looking forward to this day on the water.
Yeah.
And you've belted them first drop and you want to go do a couple more drops at least and have a bit of a play,
Look, Tim, I wish we had the same problem, mate.
Yeah, well, I do have a few spots in my GPS.
Yeah.
So, that would be one of my favourite things about fishing, mate, just the hunting.
Yeah, beautiful, Tim. Now, what's your first fishing memory or what got you into it, mate?
Well, I was brought up in Port Lincoln.
That's a good start.
So, my old man was mad crazy. And he used to take me out as a kid, as I did to my kids, out to some crazy oceans and we did some crazy stuff. But one of the memories that really got my fishing started was we were gill netting big whiting down south of Lincoln in a place called Fisheries Bay.
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever heard of it? It's a bit of a surf area.
Yeah.
And we got a 10-foot white pointer caught in the net.
Oh.
And my dad and his mate, they ended up dragging this shark into the boat with me in it. I was only about 5 or 6 years old. And this thing's thrashing around, and they get the gun out, because, back in them days, everyone had a gill net and everyone had a gun in their boat.
Yeah.
We are talking the 70s here.
Yes.
And, you can imagine a 5 or 6 year old kid sitting in this boat, and this white pointer's thrashing around, it's getting shot in the head, and, it was, it's sort of a memory that's stuck in my mind, and, and obviously, how many other spots did we fish, when I was a kid? Think places like Thistle Island, the Green Box Tumby and Coffin Bay, after you've been brought up doing that, you're addicted to fishing, aren't you?
Certainly are. The shark in a gill net would have made a good story at recess on the Monday, mate.
Yeah. Well, it made the front page of the Lincoln Times, actually.
Perfect.
Everyone knew about it, that's for sure.
Fantastic. Tim.
Yeah, that's probably what's got me into fishing, mate. I've just been fishing since.
Yeah, it's absolutely addictive. You're not wrong there. And Tim, tell us what's your favourite sort of fishing, mate? What do you like doing and getting out there?
Well, I will say that probably the last 20 years, my favourite sort of fishing is unweighted baits, shallow water fishing for snapper. And I don't think you can beat it.
Yeah.
Obviously around Balgowan, there's a lot of reefs in the shallow water and stuff, and just a bit of burley in the water. A few, snapper come around and just real light weights, light rods, and they just go hard,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd rather catch a 3 kilo snapper in 4 metres of water than a 12 kilo snapper in 30 metres of water, all day long.
Yes,
but,
absolutely.
Look, obviously these days we're not allowed to do that.
Yes.
So, look, my favourite fishing, obviously, these days is just fishing out wide of Balgowan, So, like I said, driving the charter boat, my boat's got quite a few GPS spots in it. So, out there, you're fishing for whiting these days.
Yeah.
And it's just, when you get out in the middle of the Spencer Gulf, like I said, it's a big area, and there's just so many different fish out there that, some people just don't see. There's, things like blue ballwong and trevally and stuff like that you get, but we catch these things called western red foxfish.
Oh.
Look them up in the book.
Yeah.
We catch them probably one every 2 or 3 trips, every 5 trips. They are absolutely beautiful to eat. They look like a coral trout crossed with a harlequin.
Yeah, okay.
And, mate, I've never seen one. You look at fishing magazines and charter Facebook sites. I've never seen someone catch one.
I'm just looking it up now, and I've certainly never seen one, Tim.
No.
Nah. And that's what I mean. You get out there, you just don't know. It's a lottery. You get out there, we fish 40, 50, 60 Ks out.
Yeah.
And you just don't know what you're going to catch. We hook the occasional Samson, like I said, big trevally. There's just all sorts out there. So it's just good fun. And I enjoy, like I said, enjoy the hunt, and you just don't know what's going to come up next. So that'd be my favourite fishing these days.
Yeah, certainly that shallow water snapper is great fun. There's plenty of good spots over on the York Peninsula. That's probably one of our favourite types of fishing, I reckon, too, isn't it, Diz?
Absolutely.
So
Can't wait.
we're all
We're
counting down the days.
Yeah, only about 3 years to go.
Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
All right, Tim, what's your funniest fishing story, or tell us about the one that got away? I'm sure you've got some funny yarns from taking some blokes out on the boat.
Well, look, I've got plenty of stories and plenty of yarns, but I've got one that, I don't actually like to brag about it too much, to be honest.
Now's your chance, Tim, mate. Go for it.
It's not really worth bragging about, but I think a lot of fishers have a similar story, probably not as bad as this one. But this started on a Saturday night. It was my father-in-law's 50th, and he's a great bloke, and apparently, we don't mind a rum.
What's your rum of choice, Tim? Is it Bundy or?
During the night, we decided we'd organise a fishing trip.
Yep.
And so the next morning, because I just bought myself my first new boat, obviously I was pretty young. And we got up in the morning, hung over as, and a couple of my brother-in-laws and myself decided we'd go fishing. And, I was young and stupid, didn't even look at the weather forecast. We were just going. So anyway, we head out. We're about, I think it was blowing about 25 knots out in the southwest. It was just madness. And we happened to be heading to the Goannas, which is about 25 k's out. And anyway, we head out there, and we get out there, and my two brother-in-laws got, we're only young, and they got no idea. So I've gone up front and done the anchor.
Yeah.
And by the time I've eventually got back, because I only just bought this boat, I had no idea myself, really. And got to the back of the boat's going up and down, and we're friggin' looking at each other, and next time I think, geez, this boat's going down. It's going up and it's going down. And then, the old hangover clicked in. I thought, shit, the bungs.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, the bungs. So I quickly said to my brother-in-law, I said, quick, mate, get that anchor up. Get up there and pull that anchor up. So he was probably quicker than I thought he was. And he's got the anchor up before I'd even got the motor going. Instantly, as soon as that anchor's come off the bottom, boat's gone sideways to the waves, as it does.
Yeah.
And over she's gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so...
You would have forgotten about your hangover pretty quick anyway.
Yeah, the hangover was forgotten instantly. We basically spent the next couple... Lucky for me, obviously, the boat's got flotation in it. It was an ex-survey commercial boat.
Yeah.
And it floated. So we sat on the hull for a couple of hours.
Oh.
And, it was sitting out there, and the waves were just smashing us off the boat. It was rough as guts, So, what was going through our minds, you're just thinking, oh, my God, we're going to get eaten by a shark here. It's going to be dark soon. What the hell? We're 25 k's out, So, but obviously... eventually a boat happened to, I don't know what the hell that other bloke was doing out there either, but a boat happened to end up going past us about half a mile away, and it looked like they were going to go past us, and we were trying to wave to him, and eventually he saw us and turned towards us and picked us up, and mate, I was very grateful.
Never been gladder to see someone, I reckon.
Exactly right. So, at the end of the day, mate, you learn a big lesson. Don't go fishing after a big night.
And check the weather.
and check the bungs twice.
Yeah. Tim, what's your rum of choice, mate?
Bundy.
Absolutely. Great call.
You're only going up in our books here, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the only rum to drink.
Love love my bunties on the select bats these days.
Ooh,
Good
classy.
drop.
Oh, that's a classy run, mate.
Yeah, we're very classy. We don't drink that cheap yellow label stuff.
You've got a few years of experience on us then.
We did last night, but try not.
All right, Tim, thank you very much for answering those 5 questions, mate. Really good insights into your experiences. Let's get into it, mate. How long have you been in the charter industry for? And you've been doing it for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, about 15 years. So, been helping a mate out. A mate of mine decided that he was going to upgrade his boat to a boat that had 30 nautical mile survey.
Yeah.
By doing that, he needed to have a decky. So, I happened to be one of his neighbours at Balgowan. So I thought I'd have a bit of a crack. It looked like good fun. And always interested in fishing, obviously. So, went and did all my skipper's tickets, and so for the last 10 so years I've been driving the boat for him. So it's just great fun. Just love taking people out, customers out, see them never catch a fish before and catching fish, and just good fun, We've got Mercedes College coming up in a couple of weeks. We've been doing that for about 10 years now.
Oh yeah.
Mercedes College, they're year 10 students, like do an outdoor education subject, and so the kids will come out on the boat fishing, and just seeing kids like that catching snapper and big whiting. It's just, I don't need to catch them to enjoy it these days, just about. Yeah,
it is good fun to put everyone else on the fish, Tim. Now tell us, what sort of boat is it, and you tell us you can go a long way out, is that right?
Yeah, well, I'm the only boat in the area that's got the 30 nautical mile survey, so it's a 34-foot Clayton Glant.
Yeah.
So, got 2 new motors in it recently. It's 450 horsepower. So, it really goes good, and it's a big safe boat, I've been out a long way in my 20-footer, and it's scary. So, it's nice to be in that 34-footer. You just feel comfortable.
So it gives you plenty of range and plenty of access to some good fish by the sounds.
Yeah, you do. We can go anywhere. We fish, 60 k's, 70 k's, sort of west, southwest, northwest, depending on the weather, depending where the fish are.
Yeah.
So, we're not afraid. Glenn, he loves the hunt like me, and he's not afraid to use a bit of Saudi Arabia's diesel.
Yeah, excellent. Tim, tell us what a typical day on the water with the Balgowan fishing charter operators looks like, mate. At what time do we start? We get an early start, 6 a.m. and get into it, or what's the go?
Well, sometimes it depends on the clients, depends on the time of the year.
Yeah.
We don't like fishing in the dark; it's a bit hard. So winter we sort of start around 7. Summer 6:30. Obviously, most of the year previously, you'd be smashing the snapper and then trying to fill up with whiting. But these days, you're not allowed to catch snappers, so we just try and get out and get our big whiting, and just try and catch that variety. I think the last trip we got 6 blue morlem and a couple of foxfish, heap of trevally. Get some variety in the bucket.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm telling you, there's plenty of snapper out there.
And what's your? Have you got any, strange catches apart from those foxfish? Any, you've been fishing for whiting and you pull in a Samson fish. You get a few of those surprise ones, do you?
Yeah, we do actually. We've haven't seen a Samson for a while, but a few years ago we were getting onto a lot of them. Not real big ones, just up to about a metre.
Yeah.
But they certainly go hard. They are an extremely tough fish. Booked a few dolphins. They go alright.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I get that goal alright.
Obviously accidentally.
Yeah. Well, certainly even a metre Samson would pull some string on a whiting rod.
Oh, the old Samson does, but I'll tell you what, in my time I've seen 3 dolphins accidentally hooked.
Wow.
And whether they grab a fish or something, I tell you want to see the line peeling off a reel, you want to see a dolphin get hooked, mate. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really is. And then the old white pointer apparently goes all right as well.
Well, that's what we were going to ask you next, actually, Tim. We saw you had a great white sighting recently. How often do you see them out there?
Well, not that often, actually, to be honest. I mean, ever since, I must say, like, sort of 8 to 12 years ago, there was a lot of snapper in the Gulf, and you used to see a lot of them. But in the last sort of 5-8 years, there hasn't been a lot of snappers, so there hasn't been a great deal of great whites. You probably only see about one a year.
Okay.
But I think, like I was starting to say before, the snapper numbers are really increasing, especially as the fact they're not catching them anymore. There seems to be a lot out there.
Yeah.
I think that's going to start to bring the sharks in a bit more.
Yeah. So have you've noticed more snapper as bycatch? Obviously not targeting them at the moment, but you have noticed an increase in them?
Oh, no doubt. I'll say that the snapper, even if they didn't, like, they've made this ban, okay, because the snapper are in trouble, no doubt, but we've noticed in our area the snapper numbers increasing over the last 5 years, just slowly, gradually increasing. And so last year, actually, before the ban went on, was one of our best years probably had in 6-8 years.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
So, you know, it's a bit of a factor where they're not fishing for them and there's a lot around.
Yeah.
But the fact is they seem to be going all right, you know. Like I said, we were catching them, getting our bag limit easy last year of snapper whenever we tried. So it's not like they weren't there. But yeah, there's a lot of 2-3 kilo fish around at the moment. Lots of them. You can't get away. They're a pest sometimes.
Yeah. Good problem to have once the snapper ban opens.
Yeah, looking forward to it. No doubt, it'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see what the government does, though.
I think there'll be some pretty tight restrictions, I would have thought.
Yeah, they'll be putting quota systems in, and so I'm hoping that, you know, with our past records, that they'll be giving us a reasonable quota.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And Tim, that does lead in nicely to our next question. We've covered a lot of things, and we've talked to the members and everything, but we do discuss it regularly. The snapper ban and COVID must have significantly affected the business. Can you just talk us through that? What happened to the business after first the snapper ban?
Well, it stopped interstate travellers. You know, like we had a lot of people that would come from Newcastle, Wollongong, you know, blokes that had come over for a week.
Yeah.
You know, for a week, you know, chasing the big red, you know, and we had guys, one group that had been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
And they're not going to come over here for whiting.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
So that has basically cut all of our interstate customers out, which really sucks.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just about, and this is what we've been trying to tell the government for a long time about, what is a snapper worth? You know, these guys, they're coming over here, they're going to the pub every night, they call into the Barossa, they pick up $5 grand worth of wine, you know, they spend a fortune when they're here. So
it certainly all adds up.
Yeah, how much money is going into the economy?
Yeah. And it was something the state was very well known for, the big reds, weren't they?
Oh, they certainly are. You know, there are plenty of snapper over there, but, you know, consistently we kill them, you know, so... but yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things. Yeah. Obviously, COVID killed it for 3 months, but I must admit lately, with obviously no interstate travel, we've actually had a lot of people ringing up, because if you can't travel interstate, like a lot of blokes will be planning trips to Cairns or to Dundee, they can't go there, so they're coming out with us. So we're actually getting quite a few bookings at the moment.
Oh, that's good to hear.
That's good.
Yeah, so there is some positives there. I think people are realising, you know, obviously you can't keep snapper, but, you know, you come out with us, you generally, you're going to catch it. You can't help it.
Yeah, that's right.
My tractor driver the other day fishes in a 3-metre tinny. You reckon he got belted by a snapper the other day in 3 metres of water chasing whiting. So they're everywhere.
Yeah, certainly what I've been hearing, Kangaroo Island, Eyre Peninsula, places like that, plenty of people have taken a week of leave and they've got to do something with it. So it has been good for the local tourism by the sounds.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. So there's a positive.
Yes. And Tim, what do you think about the voluntary buyback system for the professional fishermen? Do you think that's going to have a positive effect on, you know, your business and us going out recreationally?
Yeah, I think so. Look, I think it will have some sort of effect. I think what they need to do, they just need to clamp down on the long lining of the snapper, really. It's at the end of the day, they just, I think what they did in the end was good. They were just about 5 years too late.
Yeah.
I know what they used to do. I remember years ago when I first started over near Port Neal, I seen 17 professional boats in a row lined up, all hand lining snapper in, as many as you wanted.
Yeah.
How many do you reckon we're getting pulled out of the water?
Yeah, it's got a lot to answer for, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, so, they just need to bring it back, make sure that quota is there, and make sure that it is enforced. That's the critical thing that will look after the species, It's just, like I said, 5 years too late, that's all it was.
The enforcing bit that you raised, Tim's an important one, isn't it? I don't know about you. Do you sort of think the fisheries have enough of a presence through our Gulfs, or what are your thoughts on that?
No, they've only got one boat that's got 30 nautical mile survey to patrol the areas.
Yeah.
So, look, how many times? If you fish off Adelaide a bit, you might get checked.
Yeah.
But off Balgowan, I've been pulled over by the fisheries twice.
Yeah.
In the charter boat.
Yeah.
And it's not enough.
Yeah.
No,
It should be more.
I'd agree with that. You must see a lot of people doing the wrong thing with how much time you spend in the boat, but we spend a fair bit of time there.
I hear it and certainly don't encourage it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely.
It's just not worth it, mate. 30 whiting's enough to fill it, isn't it? You don't need more than that, do you?
You can get through a few bundies filleting 30 whiting, can't you?
That's another part of my favourite part of fishing, is actually filleting fish and enjoying a rum while I'm doing it.
It's always a tedious thing at the end of the day, but you'd much rather have that problem than not have it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, it's all good. So, they need to have more of a presence, and, I'd certainly, if they had the money, I'd volunteer to go do it as a job.
Yes, yeah. You can certainly think of worse things to do.
Yeah, I'd drive around and check people's eskies out.
You might pick up some spots along the way.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
All right, Tim, thanks a lot for your time, mate. Now, it sounds like you're running a great operation over there, catching plenty of fish, and it sounds like a good bunch of lads running the show. So it sounds like something me and Diz might have to look at over summer.
Absolutely.
Yep, great to see you blokes out there, right?
Thanks a lot for your time, Tim. Really appreciate it. We'll give you a shout out all over Facebook, and certainly if you're interested in a fishing charter and a good day on the water, then hit up Balgowan Fishing Charters. Thanks again, Tim.
Pleasure, boys.
See you, mate. Now, Diz, great to hear from Tim.
Tim was fantastic. Clearly a good operator down there at Balgowan Fishing Charters. We will be doing that before the year's out, I reckon.
Are we going down there for the fishing or the rum cans?
I personally will be certainly enjoying a few select vats. And if that's what happens at the filleting table, I'm looking forward to the end of the day.
Yeah. Good chat with Tim.
Yeah, excellent operators. All right, Rody, we should get stuck into the report, mate.
Yes,
what
now,
has been happening around our great state?
So our good friend Shane Mensforth, he was a recent guest. He got a few yellowfin whiting, so they've turned up during the week.
It was one of his favourite sorts of fishing, wasn't it?
I think that was his favourite. So he wades, I think he flicks a few maybe poppers around. I can't remember exactly.
Poppers or some surface lures, I think, was his go-to.
So he got amongst them, so they've come in for the summertime.
Fantastic. And the blue swimmer crabs, they're starting to crawl around. They've been on the YP, the York Peninsula, for a few weeks. And I think there's some reports of them turning up around Metro. We don't usually get out and get them on Metro, do we? But there are some reports.
Sounds like a few crews have been getting them around St Kilda Way, which is a good sign considering we've only just hit September.
Yeah, I know. First month with the R. After the break.
Certainly Shane Mensforth got him in August. We saw that. We reported on that last time, so he disproved the R theory.
He did. All right, and great friend of the show.
Diz, did your headphone just go a bit funny then?
Yeah, that's all right, mate. Just a little bump, that's all. But good friend of the show, Jack, he has been getting on the whiting.
Yeah, he was over on York's, got the bag. Apparently got the bag after dinner.
Oh.
Which is a bit controversial.
So they've had an early dinner. And then they've just thought, we'll go out and get on the tings.
Yeah.
Got the bag.
Got the bag after dinner. Unheard of.
So was that with Belzy, was it?
No, she was in Adelaide. Jack went on with his brother, I think.
Okay.
And we've just sent another cap over to those two, Jack and Ben.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay, good work to
Good
them.
to see you're keeping up with the merch.
Yeah, good work to them. Brody, the Onka is fishing well at the minute, which is really good news actually leading into the comp which we touched on earlier today. They're getting lots of brim and school mullies, and good friend of the show, Graham Keegan, he got onto a nice brim down there a couple of weeks ago.
I think that was where he was heading straight after the podcast, wasn't he?
It was. I think we gave him a good omen.
We did. We've been good on that this year.
Yes, we have.
Have you seen who's sitting top of the footy ladder? Was that all after we spoke to Tommy?
It was. Good shout.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but if the Power win the flag, you reckon we get a shout out?
Oh, if we don't, I'll be flat. I'll be flat as a tack.
Alright, so what else we got, Diz?
King George, mate, there is no question they're fishing well off Balgowan, particularly if you get out there with Tim, skippering the boat of Balgowan fishing charters, the Gallant, they will smash them.
Yeah. Good show in those, King George.
And, absolutely. And, mate, we touched on this earlier again, but the freezer is looking scarce.
Yeah, we're counting down till the cockle season starts up. 31 October is the end of the ban, is that correct?
Yes, it is. We'll be down there. We can't wait. It's a good day out. Fill the eskies up with within the limits, of course. But we need to get the freezer going, so we've got plenty to chase the temps.
And just on that, how many times we plan on getting your car bogged in the first couple hundred metres there?
The old bog lux. I'm not sure the new gearbox is up to that, mate. We might have to take the Padge down there.
Padge will love it.
Absolutely. All right, Brody. I actually have some news hot off the press. Do you want it, or should we save it?
Hit me up.
Okay. You know how we touched on those two South Australian fishermen who were very, very lucky to be saved?
Yes, yep.
They have been slapped over the wrist with a $1,000 fine from the police, not enough safety equipment.
Okay.
And no operator's licence.
Oh, okay, so they've broken a couple of rules there.
Poor.
So that must be brand new news, because that wasn't on the World Wide Web when we went to air.
No, I think they've gone and done a bit of an investigation, and they've found that there was just not enough due diligence on their behalf to make that safe trip, and they're very lucky, mate.
They are
largest search in the state's history. And they come out on the other side of that, and they didn't even have the right safety equipment.
Yeah, well, look, there's some breaking news for you, isn't it? It's good to see all the gear, but no idea breaking stories left, right, and centre.
Yeah, well, we don't have a news team in the background here just trolling away across the Twitter sphere and everything, getting the news. It's just the two of us here, isn't it?
It's a real sort of backyard operation.
To work?
We should see what Lucy's doing. She's just nipping about the house.
Next
she might
episode.
get on the
next episode.
Get on the research to see what breaks.
All right, we should touch on the socials, Rody. The hats, you've got to get on them, and we do have some merch in the pipeline. We're going to just keep that a little bit tight-lipped at the minute.
Yeah, maybe something to
something to look forward to.
Yeah, something to keep you guessing.
Absolutely, but get your hands on the deal. 2 hats and a stubby, $50. Or if you just want a hat, $25. And of course, we've still got the stubby holders, and you're going to need them. Because if we get more days like this, and you think you're going to sit out in the yard and have a few beers, well, you're not going to be able to keep them cold, are you?
Certainly not. You're certainly not. And make sure you do get a little pic of you wearing your hat, holding a big whiting, or tuna once the season starts.
Yeah, get amongst it. God.
Get us involved. We love to see what you're all up to.
We're amping for the tuna season.
Oh, we can't wait.
We can't wait. That's good, yep. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. You can't miss us, really. But this is what the guests are waiting for. I am hearing some strong words that last week's joke was the best that we have ever had on All the Gear, but no idea.
Well, I'm actually not sure that was Dan Way's best call.
No, I think it might have been his best call, yeah.
All right, we'll see what he likes, what he thinks of this one. So
Dan, feel free to throw in your 2 cents about this joke.
This joke's even got a title. How good's this?
Okay.
It's called How Did You Get Your Eye Patch?
Okay.
Hope that didn't give away the punchline. Alright, a sailor and a pirate are in a bar recounting their adventures at sea. Seeing the pirate's peg leg, hook and eye patch, the sailor asks, "So, how did you end up with your peg leg?" The pirate replies, We were caught in a huge storm and a giant wave swept me overboard. Just as me crew were pulling me out, a school of sharks appeared and one of them bit me leg off. Blimey, said the sailor. And how'd you get the hook? Ah, mused the old salt. I got into a fight over a woman in a bar and me hand got chopped off. Blimey, remarked the sailor. And how'd you get the eye patch? Oh, that, said the pirate, looking embarrassed. A seagull dropping fell into my eye. You lost your eye to a seagull dropping? The questioner asked incredulously. Well, said the old sea dog, it was me first day with the hook.
Can you talk me through incredulously?
I don't know, but I should have read through the joke a bit more thoroughly. Did I say that right?
I don't know. You're going to have to talk me through it. I've got no idea what it means.
So what about the joke? What do you give it?
Oh, ordinary. There's no way Dan is giving that a better...
I thought that was better than last week's.
No, it was not. That was horrific.
Oh, Jesus.
That's horrible.
You're a harsh critic.
Horrible. All right, guys. Thanks very much for listening. Get amongst Tim and the crew down at Balgowan Fishing Charters. Fantastic operators. Great to keep you guys updated. We're looking forward to some big news. I think there will be some stuff happening with the Marfac and the RFL before too long. Ready?
Yeah, it certainly can't be far off, and we'll keep you... you'll be the first to know. Follow us on the socials. We'll get you involved.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.